It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Phoenix Suns as they go up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And as we come up to the midway point of the season, Kenny, we're seeing some of the veterans who started slower now picking up the pace.
Well, I think early on, a lot of times, if you've been in the playoff for some veterans, the early going in the season is a little mundane. But then as you start seeing the light at the tunnel, they don't pace themselves anymore. And you want to make sure that you're in playoff position to make something special happen at the end of the year.
Excellent use of the word mundane, by the way. How about you, Shaq?
Well, Monday, experience told me when you need to go hard and when you need to pull back. You know, the best veterans will be there when it matters the most.
That's mundane, not Monday.
Yeah.
Like mundane
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
Thursday.
Got it, my bad.
Two different things.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Raptors in this one. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, the news going into this game, not good. Chris Bosh Clark sidelined with an injury.
Kevin, he's only going to be out a short time. You know, he got hurt in the last game. He's not available currently, but they expect him back soon.
Yeah, lucky for him and them. It looks like he avoided any serious damage.
Here are the five for the Raptors. We've got Anthony. Yao is out there at Malone. Then it's Jordan. And it's Rose in at the one spot. The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but, Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
Toronto on defense. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop them.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Toronto shooting their first free throws of the game.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And guys, that allows their opponents to play very aggressive defense if they choose to, knowing it's not a bad thing to send them to the foul line.
First free throw is good.
You know, when you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the West in the playoffs.
And so Jordan nails both of them.
And Phoenix had some turnover issues at home last year. But overall, and to drive this home, they just were okay here in this building, and that's not going to cut it.
Now, here's Thomas. Changes up. Smith, no good. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Anthony, the pass to Rose. Anthony with the defensive effort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Mourning kicks to Jones. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Now Rose. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Malone, left side. Pass to Jordan. Soft touch off the glass. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Thomas kicks to Jones. Thomas a screen. Feeds it to Anthony. Off target with his three.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him, but with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Here's Anthony following the basket by Michael Jordan, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
Raptors are gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Rose dishes to Malone. Back to Rose. Rebounded by Anthony.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
And so here's Toronto. And going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season.
And going back a season ago, it was a win for both sides in their 2 meetings.
And even though one side played postseason basketball and the other stayed at home, you wouldn't have known it in their matchups.
Anthony with the bucket.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
For the Phoenix Suns, they come into this one following a loss to the Grizzlies.
You know, you hate to use this word, but I really felt like it was a sorry effort that they put forth on the defensive side.
Boy, that's pretty harsh from you, Greg, but you're right. I mean, too many times we saw them slow to set up and get on D or late on their rotations, and they paid a big price for it.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Thompson, he's checked in for Mourning. Durant comes in for Josh Smith. Jackson, he's checked in for Jones. And Smith subbed in for Isaiah Thomas. It's stolen by Anthony. 54 seconds left to play here in the first. Smith the pass to Durant. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Yao. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
41 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Dishes it to Durant. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Jordan kicks to Yao. And you can count it, he'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Here's Smith. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Durant dishes to Jackson. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Jackson's got his first bucket of the night.
Excellent vision by Durant out there. What a nice pass.
And so the first quarter is in the books. The Raptors out in front, up by 4. 2K Sports. Back in a moment here from the U.S. Airways Center. Let's take a moment to hear a little bit from Josh Smith about his development throughout his NBA career.
You know, coming in at 18, you know, really inexperienced, not knowing what this league was about. And I went through so many stages. I've grown tremendously over my career.
You kind of hear that growth in his voice, don't you think? And it's interesting to hear Josh Smith talking about getting introspective about himself and his game at this point of his career.
You know, that's a great point there, Kevin. I mean, like he says, he really has grown tremendously as a player, as a teammate, as a man, and just as an adult person in society. And he's become a real credit to our game.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Now is out there at Malone. Then it's Rose. Then it's Anthony. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. Now, here's Thomas. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And Mourning throws it down.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt. But still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Malone's shot good.
Assist from Michael Jordan.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone.
Phoenix timeout.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And now,
Toronto was a strong team on the road last season, Clark. A big part of why they came away with 49 wins on the season.
And 22 of those 49 wins were on the road. As a group, they managed to keep things close on the road. And because of that competitiveness, they were over 500 there as well.
And the Suns making a change here. Smith has checked in. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Here's Jones. Wade with the block. Paul kicks to Wade. Can't connect from short range.
And as you said, the Raptors kept things close on the road. In the NBA, they had one of the better point differential in terms of victories on the road last season.
Now here's Paul. Alonzo Mourning unable to get his shot to go. Mourning against Paul. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And you mentioned this, I mean, with the Raptors. Only Golden State, Atlanta, and the Clippers had a better road margin of victory than them. Just goes to show you how tough the Raptors were on the road last season.
Mourning's shot is good.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Toronto leading by 6. Wade passes to Duckworth. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. And now Jones running the floor all by himself.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Paul against Thomas. Paul dishes to Wallace. Takes it off the glass.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Now here's Durant. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
That is so tough to defend. He'll cross you over in a nanosecond. That move is next to unstoppable.
T-Wade on the wing. Pass to Duckworth. And stolen by Mourning. Outside Durant. Hands it from downtown. Now just a 1-point Toronto lead.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And one thing that Phoenix had for them last season was depth. A very good bench, and they provided a good scoring punch when called upon.
Some changes for Phoenix. Anthony's checked in for Durant. Jackson comes in for Jones. And Smith's subbed in for Thomas. Poked away. Stolen by Jackson. Anthony kicks to Mourning. The feed now to Jackson. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That one on Rose.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Phoenix shooting their first free throws of the night.
And they had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
Thompson, he's checked in for Josh Smith. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
Rose passes to Yao. Malone left side. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Malone's got his second bucket tonight.
And that's a nice possession. Did a good job to get that open shot.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
The Suns have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Kenny Smith taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Rose with the ball. With 1 on the clock. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Raptors lead by 1. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Kevin, obviously a very close game. What has been your approach tonight?
Well, we're just trying to pack the paint. Those guys are great. So we're just trying to make them see a few guys, get some deflections, and get some easy baskets.
Kevin, thank you so much. A hard-working Kevin Durant, gentlemen.
All right, Doris, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. The first quarter for the Raptors was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
One strong area has been their work on the boards. And you're trying to get ahead in the score and stay there, it often comes down to a few extra possessions. That's why any extra rebounds can make a big difference. Now they have to come out in the second half and attack the glass with the same vengeance.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others, played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives the team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
And now, your Suns.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half.
Jordan having a terrific game. 10 points and several assists.
And with the ball in his hands, he's made terrific passes, but also when he's gotten to the line, he's been consistent as well.
Yeah, I like that combination, guys. I mean, going to make your coach happy when you're getting it done in those areas, taking care of the ball, finding your teammates, and then knocking down free throws. Those are winning things.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. They've got Jones. Anthony is out there with Smith. Then it's Thomas. And it's Mourning in at the 5.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for a while. Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
Now here's Jordan. He's got 10. Anthony kicks to Yao. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of them.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
As you said, the Raptors with the new logo this year, Greg. Good-looking change, too, I think, Clark.
Yeah, I think it's subtle enough to not lose the continuity, but still feel fresh and new. I like that. That's a nice job of balancing the old with freshening up for the new.
And that one falls for Jones.
And guys, with the Suns last year, you know, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
And so Jones nails both of them. Well, as our listeners and our viewers know, we love analytics, and pace is how many possessions you see during an average game. The Suns were close, Clark, to 100.
Yeah, only the Rockets and Warriors played at a higher pace than the Suns did, Kevin. And pushing the pace is really when they were most effective.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists, that's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Thomas goes in. He's got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Now here's Jordan. 10 points for him. Stolen by Thomas. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Here's Smith. No good. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Well, they've got the Lakers ahead of them after this game. And the next game, it'll be played in Los Angeles. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Malone with the block. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way. Anthony with the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And the Suns call time here. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they've got to figure out how to contain him.
Phoenix making some changes. Durant comes in for Josh Smith. And it's Johnson in for Jones. Some changes for Toronto. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Paul against Johnson. He kicks it to Mourning. Fires from the wing. Cannot hit. So the Raptors will take it the other way.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental error.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And for Coach Hornacek, Greg, you learn from one of the toughest coaches as a player. You know, several trips to the finals. And you know this guy well, Clark. Jerry Sloan was the guy that molded Jeff Hornacek.
One of the outstanding coaches in the history of the NBA, Jerry Sloan. Although Hornacek saw all that success in Utah, this is a homecoming job for him because he started his career in Phoenix.
Thompson, he's checked in for Phoenix. Jackson comes in for Thomas. And so Irving nails both of them. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Suns trail by 3. Johnson with it. He's picked up by Paul. And Durant, here we go.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
To the inside. Stolen by Jackson. Johnson dishes to Anthony. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Anthony's got 4 points in the quarter. Raptors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. To the left side wing. Now the dish to Duckworth. From 10 feet out. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And the Raptors lead by 3. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. And it's Johnson penetrating. Rebound by the Raptors. Irving passes to Wade. The shot is off. Nice D from Durant. And for the Suns, they're shooting well. 50% for the floor. Suns moving the ball around. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got his first bucket of the night. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Paul against Johnson. Passes it to Wade. Down low. Stolen by Thompson. Johnson against Paul. Johnson kicks to Thompson. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Duckworth's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Paul dishes to Duckworth. And he gets it to go. Duckworth's got his second basket of the game.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
It's Durant with the drive. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here. The Raptors out in front. They lead by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Suns trail by 3, setting the floor for the Raptors. Anthony out there with Malone. And it's Michael Jordan. Then there's Yao. And it's Rose in at the 1. Now here's Anthony. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Josh Smith getting in the way of the defense there.
Jones checked in for Phoenix. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Raptors.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
Now here's Malone. Yao attacking. Lets it go from 11. That's good on the jump shot. And the Raptors lead by 2.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight. And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Rose kicks to Malone. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Phoenix with the ball. The Raptors getting the bucket. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Here's Anthony. No good. Smith with the defensive effort.
And they get the rebound, but guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Yep, and the results on the scoreboard are attributed to how they've been out-rebounded thus far.
Now here's Anthony. Anthony with the defensive effort.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim. Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Phoenix calls timeout.
Yeah, I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jeff Hornacek as he addressed his team. He told them it's time to fight and take the lead. Let's put ourselves in position to bring it home. Guys, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done.
Now, here's Thomas. There's the pick. Outside, Jones. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. Off the inbound pass, and it's Anthony with the jam.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he ripped it down.
Here's Irving. The Suns getting the bucket. Wallace somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. And the Raptors lead by 4.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
And the Suns call time here. They're behind by 4. 1:57 left to play in the final quarter. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. .157 left to play here in the fourth. Smith with a screen on Jordan. He got right to the cup using that screen.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Malone outside. Back to Jordan. Outside Rose. Inside, here's Malone, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no line in those totals.
And the Suns call time here. They're behind by 4. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. The Suns making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Here's Jones. Rose with some nice D.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
And in a close game like this, it can be won or lost on the board. They've got to keep it up.
And they're on the break. Here's Thomas, and it's blocked by Jordan. They recover it.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
It's going to take something special for them to come back now.
Well, I would say something special and some luck as well, or good fortune, however you want to phrase it.
Big shot. As soon as he got an opening, boy, did he let it fly.
Here's Rose. Isaiah Thomas picking up that last basket. Rose passes to Malone. He dishes it to Yao. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
The drive by Malone. And finished off by Yao.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
We've got 33 seconds left in the game. Jones. Malone with the block. Rose dishes to Malone. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Smith.
Well, the comeback hopes are out the window now. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, it's a done deal. It's wrap time for this group.
And an intentional foul right there.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And that's curtains for him. Some really good work at the charity stripe to close this one out.
Phoenix calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
Thomas kicks to Mourning. Durant for 3. Hands the 3. 9 seconds left in the fourth. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Smith the pass to Jones. He feeds it to Durant. For the 3. Off target. And so it's Toronto winning this one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, gentlemen, I'm here with Carmelo Anthony. And Melo, first off, congratulations on this win. How would you describe the team's effort here tonight?
We willed our way to this one. We took our time, executed. We stayed composed, and that's something we've been doing. The past 2 games, just keeping our composure and just finishing games. We've been doing that.
This team is playing great, Melo. Thanks for your time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here. Shaq, your thoughts?
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, you go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.